He's a healthy boy. Gator Patrol 2015. Responded to a call with Gator Squad yesterday. Christy and Brian were on Gator Squad, now official members of Gator Squad. Happy to have them, hoorah. And anyway, during our investigation, we found about a 9-foot bull alligator that has completely lost his fear of people. You can see him right over my right shoulder, right back here. And Christy, you can zoom in. Okay, maybe it's 8 foot, 8 plus. Now that I'm looking at it better. But still, nevertheless, right here. Sienna Plantation, we got kids fishing across the way over here. We got people, bystanders walking by in every direction. And we have an alligator that has completely lost its fear of people, to the point that I'm probably going to walk over and just put a rope on it because it doesn't even care I'm here. It's unfortunate this happens. Why is this happening? Because people feed alligators. Whenever people see us as a food source, they lose their fear of us and actually search us out for food. In the wild, you can't get within 100 foot of an alligator typically. They go under, they're gone, they're watching you, and they're trying to get away the whole time. I know, I'm around them in the wild and around them in these neighborhoods. The only time I can get too close to them is in these neighborhoods when they've been fed by people. And I'm here as a result of a feeding call that Sienna Plantation, the Club Sienna, called me, Sandy Brooks, and said that she had a report of an alligator getting fed in this area. We're in Oyster Creek, here by the Brushy Creek Recreation Center in Sienna Plantation, Missouri City, Texas. And we have an 8-foot alligator here that we're going to have to remove, which is rather unfortunate that we have to take him out of here. It's a great habitat for alligators. They definitely need them in this area. They need them to keep the nutria and the rats and the snakes and the mice and stuff under control. Sienna Plantation has gone the extra mile. Hired Gator Chris to do alligator surveys and management of the alligator population in all of 2015. Try to get a little proactive and remove these alligators before they eat somebody's dog, before they cause a problem. This one's obviously a nuisance alligator, so we're going to get it removed out of here for you today. Gator Chris out. Run! Gator on, baby! Run! Kids, you don't ever do this. I'm a trained professional. I've done this a lot. He's resting. He's going to be resting on the bottom. See him trying to sit still? Run! 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 Keep the rod tip down. Always make sure it's bent. Don't let it get straight ever. You got to use your rod to fight the animal. If he's running, you're not reeling. Keeping it bent, holding pressure. As long as he's moving, he's exerting energy. Steady, strong pressure. As long as he's pulling, you just hold. Keep the line down, rod tip down. See how I got this in against me? Using my pelvis to brace the rod. And he stops. Watch what I do. I reel, drop the rod tip, pull it up. See that? Christy?
Uh-huh.
Reel, drop the rod tip. One even motion. Never let there be slack in your line. Don't pop your rod ever. Keep it smooth. Gator on, baby! Hey, one of y'all want to run the camera for her?
Point and shoot?
Yeah, point, shoot,
Yep.
TW,
Says
zoom in and out.
recording right now. Zoom in, zoom out.
Okay.
You grab the pole and the rope. You don't need that orange thing, just toss it up the bank. Next to you. Possible. Oh, you can back off right now. The object is just keep the rope and that pole out of my way. Just gonna feel like you watch it still.
Oh, get it.
Just squat down. That's what the threat means. We can't move, but we're lifting the threat. Go into a better place. You can't stay here, so don't fight it. Okay, I'm not gonna hurt you. I know. Blame it on me. Hold it up tight, okay. Good job. Good job, just like that. Pull up. Sorry. Good job. Perfect. Good. Pull hard. Pull. There we go. Hooks off. Great. Pull hard. Pull. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep on pulling. Keep on pulling. Going back. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. There we go. Keep on pulling. Tell me off the field. Off tree. Okay, you let go. Okay. Good job. Hoorah. Not over yet. Okay, so one there. So we're gonna work it right up here. Okay, John, I'm sorry. Hold. Stop. Hey, sorry. It's okay. Chill out. It's okay. Chill out. Hold on. Don't get on yet. Hey. Chill out. Okay? I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm sorry, but you can't go back. Okay, go. Sit quick. Take. Sit hard, sit. Boom! Gator down! Run! Good job. What y'all think of that? Woo! Kids, don't try this at home. We are what you call trained professionals. The unfortunate thing is this alligator has to be removed today. That's unfortunate because it's good for this ecosystem. It's really good to keep the rats and the snakes and the mice under control. This alligator has been fed by people. And when it's fed by people, it loses its fear of people and it sees people as a food source, and then it approaches people. I came out to investigate this alligator yesterday with a bunch of others on request of Club Sienna and the Sienna Plantation Levee Improvement District, and I got within 3 feet of this one and could have grabbed it yesterday. I didn't. I called homeowner association told them what we found, and this is after an email initiated by her about somebody feeding alligators right here. I can tell this one's been fed because we got right up to it today again. You can't put organic waste anywhere in the sight of an alligator. If you're in Alaska, would you feed the grizzly bears? No. Why? Because it's crazy. These are Texas grizzly bears. They're like bullfrogs with teeth. They're really nice animals, but when you teach them to seek people out for food, they do that. They lose their fear of us. They become dangerous to little kids, and they become dangerous to pets. In the wild, they pose no danger to people. A person's never been killed in Texas by a wild alligator. Hasn't happened yet. So they're really not in danger to people as long as you don't feed them. Next Wednesday, March the 25th at the Club Sienna Clubhouse where the train is at, we're going to do a reptile awareness event at 6 p.m. We're going to have alligators and crocodiles and all kind of things, and they're coming out to do a big awareness event to teach everybody about the alligators in the waterways here. You want them to be here. It shows healthy waterways. You need them to be here. They provide a service. They're a natural resource like grass or trees. We cut the grass, we prune the trees, we got to manage the alligators. So that's what we're trying to do a little proactively. Instead of this one eating somebody's dog, we'll take it out now and help y'all to help us make sure nobody feeds them out here. It's against the law. It's a $500 fine. If you feed them, and if they get mad enough, they can charge you with a felony. Alligators are federally protected. And I'm tired. Anybody got any questions? If anybody wants to come over here, get closer and touch it, you're welcome to. You're welcome to come touch it and ask questions and take pictures or do whatever.
As a whole, and specifically alligator safety. Now, behind me on the stage, this is Carly and Bryson. They're going to be helping out with the animals tonight. We're going to do this a little differently than we did the other night when we were out here the last time, a couple months back. We want you guys to know a little bit more about reptiles in general, and we definitely want you to know about the alligators you guys are sharing your area with out here. Now, a lot of people think alligators are related to lizards, and they are not related to lizards at all. Alligators and crocodiles are much closer related to birds than they are to lizards. So when you're looking at a crocodile or you're looking at an alligator, people often say, well, how can that thing be related to a bird? I don't see any feathers. Well, a feather is just a modified scale, and birds have scales on them, just like that, and their feathers are actually scaled. Crocodiles and alligators, they make sounds just like birds. They have a gizzard like a bird. They have a four-chambered heart like a bird. A lot of stuff about the alligator and the crocodile is very similar to birds, with the exception of the feather. Lizards are very different. Lizards are closely related to snakes. Now we're going to show you a lizard, and then later on we'll show you the alligator up close a little bit right now. So really quickly, Carly's going to take out this lizard. This animal is from South America. Hold that lid there. Now, this is called an Argentine black and white tegu. Now when you're looking at this animal, you're going to notice a couple things. See the big old tongue coming out there? This tongue is a little bit different than your tongue. I want everybody to go like this. Everybody go. Now when you do that, your tongue is fat and round, and you're picking up particles out of the air, but you really can't determine a lot from them. But what you do with it, it does help you smell. When you walk into a house and you have a stuffed up nose, you really won't be able to taste as well because your nose and your mouth work together. Theirs does the same thing except a whole lot better. Now put your hand up like this for me. Its tongue is V-shaped, like this. So it goes through the air with that tongue and it goes like this, and it picks up particles. So let's say there's some eggs over here. That tongue will pick up more particles on this side and this side. It's going to tell it which way to turn. When it gets close, it's going to pick up particles on both sides of its tongue, and it's going to go straight ahead. Now this animal on the back is not soft and cuddly. It's actually covered with something called keratin. Can you guys rub your fingernail like this for me? Everybody say keratin.
Keratin.
Keratin is what your hair, your fingernails, your toenails are made out of. It's a protein your body makes. Well, every single scale back here is covered by keratin. When the animal gets scared, first thing he's going to do, he's going to fill himself up with air. Everybody go like this. Everybody go. See how big he gets? Well, he's going to get really big. It's really hard to get a hold of him. When he does that, it's almost like he's got a shield. But say an animal like a jaguar, they're going to be able to get through there. So the next thing this tegu does is really neat. He's got this big long tail. He really can't hit you with it. What it does is it breaks off and it'll wiggle. It'll draw the attention of the predator. When he does that, the tegu runs the opposite direction. Now a monitor lizard from Africa or Asia, they can hit you with their tail, but the tegus from South America, they cannot. Now, this animal is an omnivore. You guys know what an omnivore is? What's an omnivore? Eats both meat and plants. Crocodiles and alligators, they're carnivores. If you have an animal like a tortoise, that animal is going to be a herbivore. This animal, though, is an omnivore. Now, we're going to put this one up. Now, really quickly, you should put your hand up like this for me. Say snakes and lizards.
Snakes and lizards.
Come over here and say new guys.
New guys.
Say turtles and crocodiles.
Turtles and crocodiles.
Say old guys.
Old guys.
Very good. Snakes and lizards are very, very closely related. Well, like I said earlier, the crocodiles and alligators, they're closely related to birds, but snakes and lizards are very closely related. Now let me see here really quickly. We've got a bunch of little kids here. Everybody's got little kids tonight. I need somebody who is free from the shackles of childhood. Let me see. You seem like a nice person. Come on up here really quick. Come on up here. Oh, there's a young guy down there. I want to step on him.
She loves dogs.
No problem. You love what? Dogs. Dogs. All right. What's your name? All right, Mandy. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to sit right here for me. Now, when Mandy's up there, let's see. While Mandy's over there. You seem like a nice person. Come on over here for a second. What's your name? Gabriel. Gabriel, nice to meet you. You have a key right here for me. Now, probably bring me one of those bags here real quick. Now, people often ask us, why do we bring some of our animals in pillowcases? Here's why. When you look at this pillowcase, whatever's in here you guys can't see, he can't see you. It allows them to be hidden and stress-free. The bag has a lot of small holes so that an animal can breathe. And at the top of the bag, we can put a knot so the animal cannot escape. Now, my question to you is, what is in this bag? What do you think is in there?
What is it?
Don't be shy. What do you think is in there? A snake. What do you think? Snake. What do you think? Snake? What do you think? Nobody thinks a giraffe or anything like that? All right, let's see. Let me see if you guys are right. It's a really pretty little one. Now this snake is actually called a corn snake, and you're going to see it's got a lot of colors. It gets its name because normally, this is actually an albino, but when you're actually on the belly of a wild one, you will see that it looks like Indian corn on the bottom. Now I'm going to come back there and give this to this nice lady. It's not venomous at all. We'll talk about that in a second. She does it well.
It would be like a bracelet.
It's like a bracelet, that's right. You're doing great. Right, here, stand up beside her. Now, thank you. In this, you're doing fine. Oh, it won't go to your face. And if it does, it'll be like a mosquito bite. It won't hurt you anyway. Carly's right there. She's watching us closely. She is way over there, but I just wanted to make you feel better. Now, this animal is non-venomous. When we start talking about snakes, people start getting really scared of them. But the truth of the matter is, this animal right here that makes some people nervous, we brought out that big tegu, and everybody looks at him and goes, oh, he's cool. I like to touch that guy and get closer to him. We're bringing out this little harmless snake that you can literally step on and kill, and there'll be people that'll be running for the hills because of this. This animal, though, let's say I've never met this lady before, but if it would bite her, she really would hardly know. The teeth are so small, it would be like a mosquito bite. But here's what it does. It does an amazing job in our environment. This animal eats over 300 mice a year. Every time you kill a snake, you're basically giving license to hundreds of rodents to run around, damage your home, spread disease, and eat our crops. Now this next one we're going to show you, remember that animal is non-venomous over there. This animal. This animal is one of the deadliest snakes in the world, and it's called a black mamba. One bite from it, and he will pass right out on the stage. No, we're kidding. This animal is actually called a black pine snake. It is actually a threatened species from Mississippi. Now here's what I want you to know. When you look at this snake, a lot of people think snakes are slimy, but they are not slimy at all. She can tell you that right now. The snake is very dry. All right. Now the shine helps it because when a bird is flying overhead and it looks down at the snake, that shine is a reflection. It makes it hard for the animal to actually, the bird, to see the snake on the ground. Now what this snake does is he uses that forked tongue just like a lizard because they're closely related. He goes up to the prey item, which is usually a rat or a mouse, grabs hold of it, wraps around it, squeezes it till it can't breathe anymore, and then he swallows it. Now here's what we're going to do. Rose, you can take that one. Give this guy a round of applause right here. He did a nice job. Really give her a round of applause. You're done. And here's what I want you guys to do. Everybody put up 2 fingers like this for me. All right, now we're going to walk this snake around so that you get a touch of the snake. Now, when you touch it, this is very important. You don't have to touch it. Do not poke it. Gently touch it, just like this, because you can damage it if you poke it really hard. And it's a really pretty animal. We don't want to do any damage to it. Now, Carly's going to bring it around. Get your 2 fingers ready. Good job, guys. Good job.
What does this one
Hold your spot, guys. She'll come to you guys.
I'll come to you.
I do not want to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
It's cold. It's cold.
Oh,
2 fingers?
he looks
Now, these animals are not real close related to snakes and lizards either, but there's a good chance you will see these here on your property up here. One of them for sure is probably swimming around in that pond right over there. So we're going to show you this basic one first, the one you're most likely to see. This is called a common snapping turtle. Now, when you're looking at a common snapping turtle, they are found in every lake, ditch, and pond. Guaranteed you have thousands of them living right here in Sienna Plantation. Now, they are easily confused with another one, which I'll show you here in a second. But I want you guys to know some basic turtle anatomy. The top is called a carapace. Can you guys say carapace?
Carapace.
The bottom is called a plastron. Say plastron. Now this turtle right here is kind of pudgy and fat. He's got a lot of fat because he lives in captivity. The ones you're likely to see in the wild are not going to be quite as fat as this guy. You can actually see his blubber hanging out down there. Now, snapping turtles do not have a lot of shell on the bottom because they have a very quick bite. The little thing is they also can become very tame over time. You can see this is really not trying to bite anybody or doing anything like that. It's going to sit there and just be very relaxed because the nose is going to go back in the box in a second. They also don't have a lot of shell compared to like a tortoise who lives on the land, and they rarely come out of the water. If you see one out here walking around, there's a good chance it's a female looking for a place to lay its egg. That's most likely what you're going to see. The other time is we have a lot of rain and the water bodies flood. The males will go around looking for new territory. For the most part, if it's out of the water, it's going to be a female looking for a place to lay its egg. I'm going to hold on to this one for a second. We're going to show you the other kind. This is the common snapper, which you're going to see all the time. The next one is a threatened species, which you're unlikely to see over here. Whoa! Now, I want you to see them side by side. This is the alligator snapper. This is the common snapper. The alligator snapper has a much larger head, and it is also the only turtle in the world that has a fishing lure. Everybody put your finger up like this and wiggle it. On the bottom of that turtle's mouth, there is a red fishing lure. It will wiggle that lure. It will wait for a fish to get in there, and then bam, jaws go shut, turtle gets itself a free meal. You're also going to notice there are no teeth in that turtle's mouth. No turtles have teeth. Now, I'm going to put this one up. We're going to talk about that shell in a second. Now, Where she's holding that turtle, that is the only safe place she can actually put her hand. The turtle's head is so big, it cannot turn around and get her fingers. On the common snapping turtle, don't do that because it can turn around and get your fingers. Its head is not so big. This only works for the alligator snapper. Now, people often ask us, can that turtle come out of his shell and can he get a new shell? How many say a turtle can get a new shell? How many say a turtle cannot get a new shell? I have no idea what a turtle can actually do. All right, very good. Now, a turtle shell is its rib cage. I want you guys to go like this. Everybody go. Now, when you do that, you are touching your rib. Now, the turtle shell is like, well, your ribs are like this. You have a bone, a space, a bone, and a space. You can feel that when you run on it. It feels like bumpy road. The turtle shell, though, its ribs are flat and they're fused together. That gives you this entire shell. Then the outer part is covered with keratin. Your fingernail, when this turtle dies, that color will flake off and then you'll see the white bone there. The turtle cannot feel through their shell, but they feel really well. What's this guy right here? But they feel really well through their shell. When I touch this turtle's shell, you're going to see its head moving a little bit towards me and I'm barely touching it. It has about the same number of nerves in its shell as you have in your kneecap. So when you're rubbing it, it can actually feel that, which is pretty neat. And Carly's about to get zapped. Alright, we're going to put this one up. We're going to change animals. Now in Texas, do we have alligators or do we have crocodiles? One place in the world you can actually see a crocodile and an alligator together, and that's right on the tip of Florida. That's the only place we actually have crocodiles in the United States. Is right on the tip of Florida. Now obviously we can't bring one of our big guys up here, but I want you to know, not a gator bait running around here, but we want you to know how big these animals actually get. So let me see. Come up here with me for a second. I think your name is Kelly. Is that right? How did I know that? Alright, Kelly, you're going to stand right here for me. You're going to be my imaginary tail tip. I want to measure off how big these guys get. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to stop right here for 1 second. What's your name? Gabrielle. You stand right here. Now from right here to right here, this is about how big a female alligator gets, about 8 feet. Every once in a while they get a little bit bigger than that, but 8 foot's about average. The boys get larger. I'm going to show you the record length. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and a tad bit more. Right there, number 5. What's your name? Gator. I want you to stand right here for me. Now this is a state record American alligator. Tail tip right here, nose all the way down here. Now remember, I said alligator. Crocodiles, particularly Nile crocodiles and saltwater crocodiles, they get even larger. They go 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right. Now imagine, you are in Africa. You are paddling your dinghy, and a crocodile comes up, whose tail tip is here, and whose nose is way down there by Bryson. That is a big crocodile. But I want you guys to understand something. These crocodiles are not long and skinny animals. They're big enough to take down a zebra and a wildebeest, pull them right down into the water. So we want these guys to come together here for a second. Right over here. Stand shoulder to shoulder with her. Come right here. Right here. Now, see how wide these folks are right here? A crocodile 20 feet in length would actually be slightly wider than these 4 guys put together. It'd be like you going to McDonald's and eating chicken McNuggets. He'd go right up to them and he'd go boom, boom, boom like that, and he'd eat them all. Folks, give him a round of applause. Thank you. Good job. Now, we are going to show you 2 very cute animals. When you see these, you will probably want to put them in your bathtub, and I will tell you why that is a very, very bad idea. Now this, yeah, you saw the reaction there. This is a young Nile crocodile. Now, this animal will grow up to be a man-eater. They eat about 300 to 400 people a year in Africa. Everything an alligator does, this animal does better. They are faster, they are bigger, they bite harder. They actually are an animal that hunts you. Alligators do not hunt people. When you're here in Sienna Plantation, you do not have to worry about being eaten by an alligator. If this animal was swimming around that water right there, I'd be telling you something different. I'd be telling you to move. Why do you live here? Alright, okay, this animal though will not behave like that. There are ways you can make an alligator dangerous. This animal is dangerous whether you do something to him or not. Now, when you look at an alligator and a crocodile, people often ask us, what is the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Here's what I want you guys to do. Put your hands up like this. Say alligator.
Alligator.
Like this, say crocodile.
Crocodile.
Alligator.
Alligator.
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
Very good. Now when you look at this crocodile, he has 5 toes on his front foot. Everybody go like this, say front foot.
Front foot.
Come down here, say back foot.
Back foot.
Alligator.
Alligator.
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
Front foot.
Front foot.
Back foot.
Back foot.
You guys are good for an evening crowd. Now, this crocodile has about 66 teeth in his mouth, roughly the same as an alligator. He will eventually grow up, if he's a boy, somewhere to between 13 and 17 feet long, and has a chance to be a 20-foot animal. Now we're going to put this one up. We're going to change to the American alligator. Now, when you look at this little alligator, this is about as healthy as a young alligator is going to get. Now, I want you guys to know, on his back, he is armored, covered with what is called an osteoderm. You folks say osteoderm? Now, his belly is very, very smooth. Now, when he's in the water, he takes his tail back and forth, like that right there, and his legs are pinned against his body. When he wants to slow down, he drops his legs down, they act like a brake. When he wants to change direction, he goes whoop like that, and he will turn. Now, inside his body is a 4-chambered heart, the most advanced heart in the world. It's even more advanced than ours. When he wants to, he can actually push more blood to different areas of his body by a series of shunts and valves. Very different than ours. Their head, I want you guys to put your thumb up like this. Their brain is about the size of your thumb, but it's a very complex brain. It actually has a higher neuron density than our own brain does, so it's a really interesting animal. Now you're going to notice how this alligator is very relaxed. Notice how we have no tape on him. Notice how this animal will not bite me. Alright, alligators do not see human beings as something to eat. As long as you do not break a few rules, you really don't have to worry about an alligator in your neighborhood. So if you see one up there sunning on the bank, you leave him alone, you don't bother him, you have nothing to worry about. But here's what you do not do. Never ever feed a wild alligator. If you feed a wild alligator, you are taking an animal that will run away from you naturally, and he's then going to come towards you as a food source. You've made an animal that is not dangerous, dangerous. Most of the animals that are caught by nuisance trappers like Gator Chris are animals that have been fed and have lost their fear of people or actively come towards people looking for a meal. So do not feed a wild alligator. Secondly, never ever approach a female alligator's nest. If you see an alligator's nest out there, just like your mom and dad will protect you or you'll protect your kids, they're going to do the exact same thing. They didn't get here millions of years of evolution by not protecting their offspring. So if you bother their nests, you bother their babies, they will protect their kids. A little known fact is this. The mom is always very, there's an alligator in the water right there. The moms will always go ahead and protect their kids, and they're actually very, very close. A little known fact is the father will also protect his kids. Profile right there. But I'm going to tell you right now how to survive an alligator or crocodile attack. Now in the wintertime, alligators really do not feed. They basically only feed for about 6 months out of the year. They don't hibernate per se. What they do is called cremation. They will come out of the water. They are active in the winter, but they really don't feed unless it's a really warm period. Then on occasion they will have a little snack, but you will not see them very active in the winter at all. But here's what you do. And never forget what I'm about to tell you. This could save your life in Africa, could save you here in Sienna Plantation where an alligator has been fed. People often say to us, well, I'll just run zigzag, and they can't do that. Alligators and crocodiles, they go zigzag just fine, without any kind of problem whatsoever. So they're as fast as a racehorse, about 30 to 50 feet. So this is what you do. Before you go down to a place where you might see an alligator or a crocodile, you simply make sure that you bring a friend who's slower than you. If you do that, you're not going to have any problems whatsoever. Now folks, very quickly, I want you guys, if you have questions, please put your hand up so we can answer your questions. that gator out really quick. We're also going to let your kid have a chance to take your picture with that alligator here.
We've had several alligators removed recently.
There's one right there.
Could you address why they were removed for everyone? I think you mentioned it, but I'd like
About the
you to
feeding.
specifically address.
Yeah, if you feed an alligator, and Chris could even tell you more about this than that, because we're more in the zoological world, but if you feed one, the alligator, the options for that alligator are few. He's going to get removed. A lot of times, unfortunately, he's going to have to be destroyed if we can't find a suitable place to actually take him. So it's very important for not just your own safety, but for the alligator's well-being as well if you do not feed a wild alligator.
No, he won't bite.
Let me see your face.
You want to touch the